All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're tackling a monster pretty much every professional has wrestled with at some point. We're going to transform a chaotic, totally anxiety-inducing shared support inbox, the place where important tickets just go to die, into a beautifully clean, automated triage machine. If you manage a team, or honestly, even just your own high-volume inbox, you know for a fact that email wasn't originally designed to be a collaborative ticketing system. But by the time we wrap up today, we're going to push Gmail way beyond its basic limits, using advanced filters, nested labels, and just a touch of automation.
You know that pure stomach-dropping panic of losing a critical alert in a massive sea of password resets and promotional spam? Yeah, that's the exact pain of an unfiltered inbox. Imagine starting your Monday morning. A major system outage has just happened, but the alert for it is buried under 50 automated newsletter replies and routine customer questions. It is a complete recipe for missed service level agreements, really frustrated customers, and a deeply stressed out support team.
So, right now you might be living in a state of constant scattered focus, right? Elevated heart rates, agents manually hunting for what on earth they should do next. But we're aiming for something entirely different, a fully automated help desk living right inside Gmail. We're talking about a system where incoming messages are perfectly routed, prioritized, and literally stripped of all that anxiety. We're moving away from that reactive scramble to a proactive, incredibly satisfying system that just automatically sweeps away the clutter for you.
Okay, so to actually build this automated filing cabinet, our absolute best friends are advanced search operators. Think of these as the secret language of Gmail. They're just text strings and symbols that you normally type into the search bar to find an old email. But when we plug them into Gmail's filter settings, they become incredibly powerful routing instructions that let us filter incoming mail with absolute extreme precision.
And by combining these operators, you're upgrading from just, basic searching to giving Gmail highly specific commands. For example, using OR in all caps lets you match multiple conditions, like catching emails from two totally different domains. The AND logic is actually applied automatically when you just space words out. You can use has attachment to instantly isolate emails that have files, or use from followed by a domain to catch every single thing coming from a specific company. When you stack all these together, the precision is just unmatched.
But hey, before those emails even hit the server, we need a pristine virtual filing cabinet waiting for them. We do this by creating a structured, nested category tree right on the left side of our Gmail interface. By setting up categories like an alert bucket for system monitoring, critical for payment failures, and routine for things like simple password resets, we're building the visual foundation of our automated triage machine.
So, when you paste your advanced operators into the search bar and hit Create Filter, you get this menu of actions. And the real magic? It happens when you tell it to apply the label to categorize it. And, this is absolutely crucial, check Skip the Inbox. Archiving it immediately is exactly what protects your team's focus. The email gets safely filed in its specific label, totally ready to be worked on, without ever cluttering up the main view.
Let's look at a real example. This is the exact hyper-specific logic you'd type to catch a major system outage alert. We're telling Gmail, look for emails specifically from monitoring@cloud.com, and where the subject line contains the word critical, or the word down, or the exact phrase service outage wrapped in quotes. There is absolutely zero guesswork here. If an email matches this exact profile, the filter springs into action immediately.
And here is the immediate payoff. Boom! When that match happens, our filter catches the outage, slaps on a P1 critical label, stars it, forces Gmail's algorithm to always mark it as important, and completely removes it from the general clutter. Your team doesn't have to sift through 100 irrelevant emails just to find the actual fire. The system surfaces the high-priority issues completely automatically.
All right, let's move to the next level. Programmable orchestration with Google Apps Script.
Standard filters are incredibly powerful, sure, but they mostly just look at metadata, like the sender or the subject line. What if you need to route an email based on the actual paragraphs of text inside the message? Well, instead of just checking the subject, an app script runs in the background, chronologically reading the actual body of the email. Millisecond 1, the email arrives. Second 1, the script uses the Gmail app class to extract the plain body text. Second 2, it's searching for specific keywords right inside those paragraphs. And by second 3, it dynamically applies a custom label and archives it. That is true content-based routing.
It gets even better. You can actually integrate the Gemini API directly into your script. Imagine your script extracting the thread body and sending it straight to Gemini for real-time sentiment analysis. The AI reads the customer's language and dynamically tags the email as happy tone or upset tone. So if a customer is visibly frustrated, the script flags it with an upset tone label and routes it directly to your senior managers for that white glove service, all before a human has even opened the message.
Which brings us to the real scenario: achieving absolute zero anxiety.
So let's put all of this together into a live support scenario. Imagine your clean Gmail interface as these specific emails flow in and are instantly grabbed by our automated rules. AWS monitoring pings immediately routed to your alert label. Stripe failed payment notifications entirely bypass the noise and land securely in the critical bucket for your finance team. And those endless, annoying out-of-office replies from your weekly newsletter quietly swept away into the low-priority folder, totally skipping the inbox. I gotta tell you, it is incredibly satisfying to watch a chaotic flood of emails hit the server and instantly, perfectly sort themselves into the right folders. When a critical payment failure arrives, you literally watch it bypass the main inbox and populate the side panel with a bright red critical tag. Your intake becomes structured, tickets arrive completely ready to work, your agents are no longer spending their first interaction asking for basic information or trying to figure out priority because the system has already done the heavy lifting.
Now, why go through all this effort? Because by automating your help desk, you are reclaiming a massive 28% of the workday. That's the amount of time the average professional wastes just managing email. Really think about that number. More than a quarter of your team's time is spent just manually reading, deciding, and dragging emails into folders. By automating this triage process, you are handing them back hours of productive time every single week.
And beyond just saving time, getting things completely tidied up through automation significantly drops your team's stress levels. Research from the University of California, Irvine actually shows that employees who frequently check and sort email maintain elevated heart rates and scattered focus. By cutting out that context switching with a unified automated inbox, you reclaim serious cognitive energy. You are protecting your team from notification fatigue and actively preventing burnout.
So you've built this automated triage machine. You figured out how to leverage advanced operators, nested labels, and even AI sentiment analysis to actually make your Gmail interface work for you instead of against you. The clutter is gone, the anxiety is minimized. So the absolute only question left for you and your team is, now that your inbox practically sorts itself, what complex, meaningful problems are you going to conquer next?